live. Are we live?
I don't think so.
It says live and the timer's going.
Okay.
So,
I don't know what's happening.
if we're live, oh, we are live.
Hang on.
We're, okay, we're having technical difficulties.
Just keep talking. I'll figure it out.
Am I sideways?
I think you might be.
Okay, I don't see a chat either. Can you see if we can see a chat?
I don't know, honey. Just go.
Okay. Oh, here, look. You touch.
I know. Just go.
Okay. Well, anyways, hi everybody. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. We are, oh yes, it says you are live. I see the chat coming up here. We're on a different device. I don't have a mic. I don't have my weighted vest. We're on vacation. Am I sideways or am I right side up? Hi, Todd. Oh, the chat's disappearing. I'm kind of sideways. Oh, okay. Apple a day. Hey, hi, Janet. I can't see anyone else. It just went so fast. I am sideways, dear. I am sideways, dear. So thanks for tuning in. Well, he's gonna try to figure out and get me the right way. Am I the right way on your device? On your phone, Todd?
I don't.
Can you see
keep
this?
going.
Okay, all right. He's telling me keep going. Okay, so anyways, I wanted to share how things have been going. We have been on vacation, and it's been a little bit different than a normal vacation for us. But before we do anything, I have to tell you, we are currently with our youngest daughter and grandbaby, and the grandbaby isn't a baby, but I still call him a baby. He's 3 years old, and he is, he's not allowed to come on camera. So what he wanted me to share with you is this special, I don't know. Oh, there we go. Hey, am I right side up, everyone? Hopefully I am, because I see myself right side up. And you're going to monitor the chat through your phone?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I think we're good now. But anyways, yay, everyone says it's all better. Hi, Lisa. Apple a day, Nan. Hello, Shelby. Hello, Plant Power Peddler Janet, and anyone else that's on. If I missed you, I just want you to know thank you. And so what I wanted to show you was, can you tilt it to show this? My grandson wanted me to show you, a little bit this way. There we go. This is his farmer's market. And I'm going to show you his little farmer's market, and he wanted me to show you this. And he's got little cucumbers in here that come out. And he's really into farm animals. And so he said that this farmer's market, his mom wanted me to show the strawberries. And it's so cute. And he just wanted me to share this. This is a special thing. And so I'm going to try to tilt this down a little bit on my own. There we go. And you can see the farm animals. So he's got lots of fruits and vegetables for his farm animals. And we have some beautiful pigs and some cows. And the cows need to be watching the sheep, I understand, so that the sheep is not alone. And I promised that I would share that. So there it is. Okay, so we obviously aren't in our home. We're in my daughter's kitchen here, and I've got all kinds of stuff, and I was thinking I would make some lunch with you guys and just talk about what's been going on. And it's been interesting. And I wrote some notes, so I'll look at them, and then I can talk a little bit about stuff, answer questions, or I can start cooking while we talk. And when I say cooking, I'm gonna make a big giant salad and kind of just show you what I'm doing now that we're here. I think what I'll do is move this beautiful farmer's market, off to the side. I think I just dropped the, I think this is cauliflower. I was gonna say cabbage.
It does look like cabbage.
I think it's cauliflower. And so all of these goodies that he has.
But Shelby would like you to know that it is a lamb.
Oh, it's a lamb.
Yes.
You know what? Thank you for correcting me. Okay, so anyways, we originally we're halfway through the trip. We left and on the 30th of January, and we flew from Arizona to Atlanta, Georgia. And we had a big family event that we were invited to, and it was not just one event, it was like a weekend extravaganza, and we were not gonna have a car, we did not have a car. We did have a hotel, the hotel had a kitchenette, it was great. And we'll probably put a little blurb at the end of just like a recap of stuff. So we had a kitchenette, it was a Renaissance?
Yes.
Residence Inn. It's like and so they have a little kitchenette, and it had a pretty decent sized refrigerator. And so I brought all my food. So I want to show some of the food that I brought from Arizona that's still here and I'm still using. I want to show you how it holds up. But so our hotel was great. We had a lot of families staying in the hotel with us, and so there was a lot of gathering. And there were a lot of parties. So the first day we got there, we literally got from the airport to the hotel, checked in, put our stuff down, I repacked my bag, and then we were picked up by the family that lives there, and we instantly went to a restaurant. And what was the restaurant? Not that it matters what restaurant it was, but it is a chain. It was Maggiano's. So I checked the menu, and they had a gluten-free pasta, and I thought, okay, maybe, but I didn't. I ended up bringing did I bring a wrap?
You did. You brought half of a wrap.
Half of a wrap.
And a salad.
And a salad, and I had fresh fruit.
Yes.
And so everybody ordered. We had a great time. There are some younger kids in the family, and one of them is a teen. She's a teen, and so she had some questions for me, and it was fine to share, why I do it without getting into a whole thing. But most importantly, it was really fun to connect with everyone. And here's the thing. We were traveling all day. I had already eaten on the plane, and so here I am continuing to eat my food. I felt comfortable. I didn't think that I was missing out on anything, but there was bread at the table. There was, triggers. They were drinking alcohol. There was, a lot of the kids were ordering big hors d'oeuvres, and there was mozzarella and cheese, tomatoes and balsamic, and Italian stuff. So, and then they had somebody come out and sing happy birthday because one of our family members, young, just had the birthday. So then there was that, but I was fine, and it was great. Let's see, so there were lots of events like that. There was lots of restaurants, and the parties were great, but it was different for us. It was different, and Todd, if you want to come in and say hi and talk through this with me, and then I can start pulling stuff over and cooking and sharing what we have here. We can take a little break. Here he is.
Hello.
It was different because when we travel, we usually travel by plane, by train, by foot, by, Uber, rental car, but we're on our own. What?
Or our own car, yeah.
Or our own car, right? But we're on our own. And we usually have, we've made all the arrangements. There isn't these set gatherings with catering and those kinds of things. There's, Todd, you were such a helpful assistant in so many ways from Nan.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, it's true. And so that was challenging. Do you want to talk about why that may have been different, why it was different?
Yeah, it's different. So normally when we travel, we're going to a place to go to the place, and if we know someone, or we know that there's family there or friends, right? Then we take time to connect with them while we're there. But we were going for the family and for the event, not the place. So it was just it was a different dynamic, I think.
It was definitely a different dynamic, and I found challenges
Yeah.
with the food for myself.
Yeah, and
we're going to talk about that.
And that there were, you know, most of our days were planned out for us, right? So be here at this time for this, and be here for this at this time for that, and then we're going to this restaurant, and doing this and that thing. So it wasn't. We didn't have, I don't think, we didn't have the flexibility like we normally are used to, and I think that for me in particular, I think I underestimated the impact of that in our routine and our planning.
But the family was gracious
100%.
and wonderful and really tried hard to make sure that we were taken care of in whatever capacity that they could. In fact, I want to talk about when we got to the hotel, we got this beautiful bag. I should have brought the bag down. It's this silvery, glittery, what is that material? That shiny
Kind of like a Mylar.
silver, bag at check-in, and it was from the family, and it had snacks and treats, and ours had water bottles in it. I don't know, everybody had water bottles, and they said, we made yours special. We made sure to do plant-based vegan snacks in here, and we hope that it's clean enough, because we know you don't do oil, and we know you don't do salt, and we know you don't do sugar, and all these things. And just the fact that they went out of their way was really touching. And I gotta say, even though, those are things I wouldn't eat at home, I liked that I had a bag. I liked that we were included. I think if they knew, okay, you can't have this, or you choose not to have this, and so, we're not gonna leave you a bag, I don't know, in a weird way, I would have felt a disconnect. And so even though it was challenging to have those snacks in our room, because I didn't, I'd rather have fresh fruit or fresh produce or whatever, there was a weird part about me that felt a part of. I don't know if anybody's ever experienced that.
Yeah, and I think it was, the thought, the gesture, the act was probably more important than the contents of the bag, 100%.
Yeah. And they also said, okay, we're going to be serving X on this day and X on that day, and having this day catered this and that. And so around where we're going to be are these restaurants that they're walking distance. And, there was a flower child, which is something that a lot of you may know. There was a few that I didn't ever hear of, but they had vegan and gluten-free options. And so they were saying, if you want to go ahead and get that, I made arrangements for you to bring anything you want into our events. And so I had planned all these things I was gonna, if I needed to go there, like this is what I would get. But when it came down to it, I didn't want to do that. And one of the reasons was, they said, if you get there right on time, we're gonna have, the photos of the family for whoever's there, or, I didn't want to miss out. I didn't want to miss out, even just to go walk a few hundred feet and get something. Plus, I brought so much stuff, so I didn't really need to. I want to check the chat while you
There's
say.
nothing new on the chat.
Oh, there isn't? Okay. So, do you have anything to add to that?
To which part?
To, we didn't go to the restaurants that they had suggested or made,
No,
that were,
so I mean, it was nice that we had options. We just chose to not execute those options because we wanted to be with the family, not in
even
a
for
different
the
restaurant.
10 minutes to go get it.
Right.
I don't know, it was weird. I never felt like that before. So I'm gonna kind of jump around. If you have questions, put them in. I don't see the chat in this one that I'm talking to, and Todd has his phone here, so it's not, we have to look.
There's nothing.
Okay.
I'll
Okay, so I do want to talk about working out. I didn't bring my weighted vest. I don't usually travel with a weighted vest or any weighted things, especially if I'm on an airplane. But I did keep up my push-ups. I've been doing push-ups, and I've been adding one every day. I haven't, except for the last 2 days, and that's just because that the major party of the whole thing was so, well, first of all, it was so fun, but I was dancing like a crazy woman.
Good figure.
And so, I was so sore that I haven't been able to do it. but I'm planning on starting up again tomorrow. And just to share, I'm up to 75 push-ups. And one day I did 81. Yay, thank you. And they did have a gym there, and we went in one time where we had like a section of time. But you know what? I said, let's go out instead. And so we ended up leaving there and going outside and walking, and it was really nice.
Yeah, it was a nice walk.
Okay, so I'm going to take a break for a second from talking about that, and I want to show you what I have left from Arizona and show you how it's holding up. So I have made, gosh, 8 wraps from Lissa from Raw Food Romance's Everything But the Bagel Wraps. And I had some in the refrigerator before I left, and I had some in the trays that kind of got a little crunchy. I was just trying to play with what happens if you don't freeze them. So the ones that sat out got kind of hard, and I still used them, but I used them first. And there is a question for you.
Yeah, I saw it.
Let me finish
All right,
this
go
part,
ahead.
and then you can address that.
All right.
That's a great question.
Good question, Janet.
We were going to get into that, but anyways, so when I put the wrap that I had that was a little crunchy, when I wanted to bring it, and I took it off of the tray that I cooked it in, and I folded it sticky side together. If you're familiar with what I'm talking about. Hi, Marilyn. Marilyn's on, and she said hi to you as well. I stuck it in the bag with the ones that were in the refrigerator, and it softened it up. And the ones that were in the refrigerator stayed the same, and I still have some, and I have not frozen them, and I want to show you because they're still edible. So let me grab these and show, and then you can answer the question.
Okay.
But this is how I brought them. I doubled them up in some Ziploc bags that we had because I didn't have a big enough one, and I don't like buying plastic bags if I don't have to, but I still have some left here. Let's see, how many do we have there folded? 1, 2, 3. Three left, and I'm just going to take this middle one out and just show you because I think it's interesting to know these are so durable. And so what I do is I'll try to do it towards the camera. You can just pull it open. It's still very flexible, and then I would lay it down. Look at how flexible it is, and I can fill it and eat it, and it's great. And so I just wanted to show you, these are lasting, not just in the freezer. I mean, these have been in Arizona on how many flights now? 2 flights, in refrigerators, in coolers, in bags.
Great.
And they're still going great. So if you're looking for something to take like this, know that these really do hold up. So I am going to let you answer that question, and then I'll finish showing what other things we still have from Arizona food.
Okay, so Janet asked, what did I do for food? And I tried to be
We
as
did have enough of.
Yeah, we had plenty of food, no doubt, and I tried to be as diligent and compliant as possible, although not nearly with the level of success that Jennifer was. So I did have some things that I probably shouldn't have eaten. I also did pay the price for that decision, and so now that we're out of that scenario and back here in Houston where we are, we've gone to the grocery store, and I'm now back on eating the way that we should be eating. That was my response.
So I would like to say something.
Do it.
You said you weren't eating as well or whatever. I'm not quoting you.
Yep.
As I was. But I don't, we're in different places.
Sure.
I don't want to be the comparison or to the I want you to just, if you would, what did you do? Do you want to share? I mean, whatever you feel comfortable with, If you don't want to share, that's fine, but I mean...
Yeah, I mean, at each meal I had something that probably wasn't compliant, or, I shouldn't have eaten, probably.
Why do you say shouldn't have eaten and chosen?
Well, just
It's
because
your
it's-
own choice,
Well,
right?
so here, the way that I'm trying to eat is, certainly, more whole food plant-based. I'm going out of my way generally to try and eat things I can pronounce, or things that have ingredients I know what they are, right? So not some weird sciencey chemical thing. And you know, I didn't do that for every meal during the first half of this trip. Yeah.
Okay, so let us know if you have any follow-up questions
Go
about
ahead.
that.
Drill me. Go for it.
Let's see, do you want to check the chat and switch spots with
Yes.
me? Okay, so while he's checking the chat, I'm gonna show what else I still have coming from Arizona. This avocado, which I cut yesterday and had part of, so we still have that. A lemon. When we went to the restaurants, I would ask for their lemon and I would use their lemon and try to conserve my lemon. This was a whole lemon, but I cut it. This tomato is not from Arizona. I just got this yesterday, but it's in this bowl. So so just those two things from Arizona, and this bag of veggies I still have from Arizona. So this bell pepper, and I cut it yesterday. This was part of my dinner last night. This was a English cucumber, you know, and so this is what's left of it. It's in perfect shape still. I don't know why it does so. These carrots, some of them aren't looking so snazzy, but hey, they're not bad. Like, I can eat these. We ate them on the plane, and so I've got a bunch of carrots. And then the last thing are some radishes, and these were from our local farmers market, and they are still ready to go. So surprisingly, the produce lasts, you know. And I have a little a bag, like a paper towel in here to help collect the moisture. I did have this refrigerated except for when we traveled, and I have been using it. Also, these are the other two bags. So I had this. This is the last of a red leaf lettuce, the whole entire big thing. And you know, it's not perfect, right? This is looking a little at the end there, but hey, look at the top. So I still eat this, and this is kind of what I was using in the wraps. So I have this, and oh, Estelle is on here. Hi, Estelle. It's very hard to, oh, where did that go? It's very hard to be perfect. I think you are doing so good. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. And I just happened to see that one come up. So if I missed somebody's comment, I apologize. And then this, look at this. Cabbage is great. It holds up amazingly. And so what I have in here is some, in fact, I'm going to start making a salad with this.
Do it.
And I'm going to use this. So I'm going to show you what's in here. So I have this salad, this lettuce. I don't know if there's a way to show the bowl better. Is there a way to angle it a little bit or no?
Maybe.
So I'm going to put some lettuce in this bowl. I'm going to make a salad out of this. And then I'm just going to kind of dig around in here. What's at the bottom? We have shredded carrots, cabbage, there's some fennel, and just kind of grabbing handfuls and kind of mixing it up in the bowl here. And then the lettuce that we just saw, hey, I'm going to take some of those and I'll cut that up. I don't know if you could see it or not, but I'll hold it up. And so I'm going to cut this up on a cutting board, and I am going to cut up some of these vegetables, and I'm going to show you. Let's see, I think, oh, and what else I brought from home that I still have is garlic, fresh garlic, turmeric, because you can never, you know, you should always have turmeric.
Always.
And a little piece of ginger, which I'm also going to add to the salad.
Turmeric. Never leave home without it.
Turmeric, yes. And so that's what we have left from our trip. I am going to start making this. I do want to show what my daughter had for us and some of the things that we got at the grocery store yesterday. So I did get and steamed. So this is like leftover. We had last night. Oh my God! So the zucchini in here is from her local farmer's market. My daughter, and then at the grocery store we got broccoli and a big head of cauliflower and steamed it up, and we all shared it, even the baby. And so that was really good. So I have that left over. I got a small thing of potatoes. I ate most of the potatoes. The potatoes, I did throw two of them out before we got on the plane because they just weren't in a good way. So these I'm gonna cook probably tomorrow, or I could have it later, but I think tomorrow. Oh, this is also from Arizona. So I have still some apricots, which I've been cutting up and putting in my salad with fresh fruit. And I have a Benson's Table Tasty. which is what I brought. My daughter has some, she's so cute. She goes to the farmer's market and she makes sure that there's stuff that we want here. So what do you want from the farmer's market? So she has some organic, different sweet potatoes. And yesterday at the grocery store, she got bananas for the family. And I like to drink coconut water. They have this new sparkling coconut water, which at first I was like, I wish they didn't. But I came here and the grandbaby had chosen it at the store, so I tried it. And you know, it's organic coconut water and carbon dioxide. No, I tried it and it's fine. I like it. So I like it because it's got the minerals in it, right? It's got the potassium is high, it's got calcium. Those are the main ones that I really like. And then she is so sweet. Can you see this? I wonder if you can see this. This, if anyone has one, is like a little ninja. This is her blender. It's so cute. So the baby and I made a smoothie in here, but the top is like 16 ounces, and after it blended up, it was 14 ounces, so I would probably have to make like 6 or 8 of these, but it was still great, and it's portable, and it was fun. And so she had for me some spinach, organic baby spinach, and these came from her local farmer's market. I want to pull this closer because this is amazing. These carrots, I know I have carrots, but she said you should try these carrots, and I did, and they were great. Like anybody who's had fresh grown carrots, these were really good. And then they have a sprouts guy at their farmer's market. Look at all these sprouts that she got. So we have sunflower, and I've been trying all of these. She asked me what I wanted, and they got peas and sunflower. I asked for these 3. I didn't think she was gonna get them all, but she got them all. This one is the broccoli sprouts. I like to make these at home. This is arugula, which, oh my God, I've been wanting the cruciferous, so this was great. And this one I've never had. So this is called cinnamon basil. Has anyone tried that? I never even heard of it. It's so delicious. I gotta try a little piece and try to explain it. So let's just see. It's like cinnamon basil. You gonna come in camera?
I am.
He hasn't tried it yet.
I haven't tried it yet.
I asked him
Let's try
to. You ready now?
I am.
Okay.
Wow. It is like cinnamon basil.
Do you like it, or is it too strong for you?
No, it's really good. I like it. Not sure what
Okay.
I'd used it on, but it's really good.
Yeah, and then she also, these are what's left of the organic farmer's market zucchinis. So we have some that are raw we can put in the salad. And then of course, she made sure to have tons of strawberries, lots of green grapes. They have these little rocket apples that the baby likes that I can share with them. And then I got these last few things. Oh, I forgot. These are also from Arizona, an apple and an orange, one left of each. So I do still have that. And then what I got yesterday at the store were these last few things, which was, Cedars used to have a hummus that was salt-free and fat-free, and then it went away. And I saw it, and I grabbed it, and it kind of tricked me. It's fat and oil-free. Well, fat is the oil in the hummus. So I was confused. So I realized they took the salt off and replaced, it to say this. Anyways, there is a little salt in here, but it's the best that I could find being here. And then we got some Mary's Gone crackers, which is, pretty benign, and Todd likes that, so we can dip it with the vegetables, we can use that. And then I have been craving, I wanted broccoli and I wanted beans and rice so badly. So when we got here, I got Great Northern beans, black lentil beans, and then I wanted some refried beans. And so I did get a can of refried beans. These are not perfect, but they were the best for what I could find. And then the last thing is rice in the freezer. So I'm gonna make a salad with this stuff, and I'm gonna see, are there any questions or comments or anybody I need
Tanya's in the house. Marley's in the house. That was about it.
Oh, so good to have you guys. So any questions or anything you want to share, like when you travel, how is it, we were talking earlier, if you just got on, about how this has been different for us, because we weren't in super control. And so anyways, I'd love to hear from you. And I am going to open this up and see if, while I'm making this salad, let's see, we talked about the grocery store we went in. Oh yes. There was a lot of triumphant, wonderful things that we talked about, and there was lots of fruit. Everywhere I went, that's what I could have, fruit.
Sure.
Besides what I brought, it seemed like fruit was the thing. But I wanted to talk to you about struggles that I had, because I think it's important for you to realize, like, I have struggles. I have people sometimes that say, well, you don't have any struggles, like, it's so good for you. And even Todd says, well, I don't, do it like you do it. Well, we're all different, but I still had some struggles, and I just wanted to talk about them. My phone keeps shutting off though. And so, I ate off plan. Now, what does that mean? I didn't sit down and order any kind of crazy thing, but there were times when I took a taste of this, or I took a taste of that, of something that Todd had. And I think it was a curious thing. I think it may have been that I was tired of the food that I had brought. I didn't want any more wraps. I wanted something else. And I said I wanted rice one day. I want rice and refried beans so bad. I want a taco. I want to, and so we went for a walk. We had 3 hours. People were resting in between gatherings. And we went for a walk. We were trying to go to like a super Target. We never found it. We ended up going to something called Publix, which we've never been to, but I guess that's a grocery store found more on the East Coast, and so I bought some tofu there. I bought some, was it microwave?
Microwave,
rice?
yep.
Brown rice, and
Broccoli?
no, they didn't have any. We didn't get the broccoli. There were a few other things, and that was pretty much it, what I had. And you bought a few things, huh?
Did we get tofu there?
Yeah, tofu and the brown rice.
Okay.
So we went back to the room, we walked back, and I was like, oh, this room didn't have any seasonings.
Yeah.
Nothing. They had a little tiny salt, yay, and a little tiny pepper, and I didn't think that through. Well, they had a sushi in the grocery store. They had sushi. I could have, if I had thought about it, maybe gotten a little packet of their soy sauce and watered it down or something. And so I just took some water, just a little bit of water in a pan, because we had a kitchen, and I took some of the carrots that I had, cut them up, and cooked it in a pan with the tofu, plain, just squeezed out of the package. And then the rice, I microwaved it and I mixed it. I was totally disappointed. Okay. Do you want me to finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to tell me?
No, go ahead.
No, remind me where I am.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, so I'll just finish this,
Yeah.
and then Todd wants me to say something. I was disappointed because there was no flavor. I wanted flavor. Whole food plant-based eating, sos-free, gluten-free, has lots of opportunity for flavor. In seasonings, in spices, in homemade sauces, in lemons, in citrus, there's lots of flavor that can come of it. And I found myself in a place where I was out of time, I was tired, and I had put in all this effort, and I didn't like it. So I felt like rebellious. All these people were here, they're relaxing or doing whatever they want, and then they're just gonna go to the next thing and order, and even Todd, no, I mean, it's true. You weren't concerned about making something in the room.
That's true.
That's
true.
So anyways, so I learned from this, And okay, go ahead, tell me.
No, you just got some questions.
Yeah, ask away. I'm gonna get a knife.
So Marley says Publix, they're all over the place in South Florida. They have a lot, but they're expensive. Marley asks, do you make anything like bars or drying fruit for traveling?
So interesting. I didn't make any bars, but I did bring, which I think I have in the cabinet, some well-being bars, and those came in really handy. Oh, they're not even in here, they're over here. And this is the bag that I traveled. So I have a little bit left of the well-being bars, these nuggets. And what was the other part? Do I make homemade?
Bars or fruit, dried fruit.
Dried fruit. Yes, I do, but for convenience, this time we already had these, and so I brought these apricots. And so yes, I do like to do that, or muffins, or things like that that hold up, but you know, I decided to go this route mostly because I was out of time. So I just wanted to show you, I just added, these are all the lettuce and different things that I had in the bag. This is all still from Arizona, and now I'm gonna continue to add. Go ahead.
All right, so Karen Zerlin says, love your candidness, Jennifer. If change is change the spice of life, self-compassion is the order here. And then Marley asks, were you at a hotel or Airbnb?
Yeah, so we had looked at an Airbnb and decided to go with the hotel that we were in because it was a group thing and it had a kitchenette and we had all the families staying there. And the whole idea was to be with family. So we wanted to be with family, which is what we were saying earlier. If you weren't logged on earlier, it was different. It was different than what we're used to. You know, we didn't have as much control of things in terms of like a lot of stuff was already planned. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. So yes.
And then Marley also says, yes, I completely agree. I use so many spices, even take them when we travel. Oh, and those are yummy, the apricots, that is.
Yes, okay. Thank you. And you know what I have been using throughout this trip? Fruit. In our hotel, it came with free breakfast. And what they had that I could have there were bananas. I got bananas. I picked up oranges. They did have apples. I didn't eat their apples because you know, they were super shiny. And I think with the citrus, I could peel the skin, and I was okay with that. And then they did have, for the whole entire hotel, a little like Dixie cup, maybe a little taller than a Dixie cup, like a water cup like this with blueberries for the whole hotel. And when I got to it, it had like 6 in them. So on occasion, I think I had 3 of those blueberries. I was thinking of asking them if I could have a bowl, but we were already on our way out and time was up kind of thing. But so I did that. And I desperately wanted a smoothie. Oh my gosh. So I had asked Todd, is there anywhere around here we could get a smoothie? Smoothie. No, we never had an opportunity to get a smoothie in Georgia that was anywhere where we were that had like the smoothie like that I would want, like with greens and stuff. But out here yesterday, I got my smoothie and I got the broccoli and I got the rice and anyways, okay, what else?
That's it. So Marley, we take packaged unsweetened oatmeal and make it in the microwave if we're at a hotel. Add nuts, seeds, dry fruit. We take, it takes some planning. And then there's a squiggly face.
Yes, it does take planning. And I used to do oatmeal. I still have some that I shared with my video on how to, pack for travel. But I find that oatmeal for me, I'm pretty suspicious. I think it causes inflammation. And so I would rather do other things than the oatmeal. But if you can do oatmeal, oh my gosh, that's like totally perfect. And there have been many times when I've done oatmeal and I just was so happy with it. I am gonna go ahead and use part of the carrot from the farmer's market from the salad.
I dare you.
Okay. I know we have a lot of them, but anyways, yes. So what else? Let me look at my list if you don't have any more. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I think I think you're great.
Okay. So we went, there were a couple of days where we could do our own thing. And we went to the Hall of Fame College
The
Museum.
college football.
College football museum. That was super cool. I had my bag. Todd would help, we would share carrying it, and I had a wrap, and I ate the wrap down the street. Actually, when we were walking down the street at one point,
You did.
I did, and then we also went to the Coca-Cola Museum. Now, I have never been a soda drinker in my life. Todd has. He used to drink quite a bit of it. He doesn't anymore. You can speak for yourself about that.
I used to drink quite a bit of it, and I don't anymore.
But people can't see it when you're right there.
I used to drink quite a bit of it, and I still don't anymore.
Okay, so we decided to go there because it seemed interesting, and Todd is his business and interests are in marketing and just to see where it has come from. The Coca-Cola as a brand was really interesting, and so we decided to go in there. What did we find was there was a floor where they said, try all the Coca-Colas that you want, and they're all from different countries. There's Norway, and there's
Madagascar,
Italy, Madagascar,
Mexico,
North America, South
Portugal,
America.
yeah,
Come on
everywhere.
here and tell, so they can see you, sweetie.
Okay, yes. Many countries.
Many countries,
I
and
guess I kind of kneel down.
I'm sorry,
You
I'm
got this angle for me.
sure.
You're a tiny person to begin with.
Well, and I know it's a little crooked, but we're trying to get you to see the bowl that I'm putting together.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna get leg cramps though. Just saying.
you,
I should get a small stool.
you can fix this though if you want, and then I can just
We're
hold
fine.
up the bowl.
We're fine.
Okay. Anyways, so there was also like this Coke flavor that's secret flavor. What was it?
Oh yeah, it's like a test. They're doing a test on a new flavor.
New
It's
flavor.
unnamed, unannounced. It's completely a mystery.
And so here I am. I want to taste it. I want to taste it. What do? I know it's not what I want. I don't like it. Why do I want to taste it? Because do I want to be included? Like, what's going on here with me? This is not how I usually am. And so I had this conversation with myself. And what is this going to do, right? If it's just a taste, is that okay? Is it going to be a trigger? That would not be okay. And no, it's not going to be a trigger for me because I don't believe, because that's never been my jam. So I said, well, are you going to taste it, Todd?
I did.
And he said, yes, I'm going to taste it. Like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking, this is going to be a trigger for him because he used to drink, how many did you used to drink in a day?
Oh.
6 or 8?
Yeah, I would probably drink a 6-pack a day.
Sodas.
Almost a 2-liter bottle, whichever we had.
Yeah.
Or whichever we purchased.
So what you could do is you could take a little sample cup and you could just put it under the thing and it would fill a little. And so I decided I was going to taste it too. So I tasted it. Oh my gosh, what was happening in my mouth, first of all, was insane and ridiculous and just so much. And then I poured the rest in his cup and he drank it. And and I did try a couple of them. I tried a few of them, but totaling the entire thing was probably 1/8 of a cup, did you say?
Maybe, at the most. It's probably like 2 tablespoons.
So, I feel like I want to be a part of. I think part of this is not that I wanted that. I just feel like I want to be a part of whatever's going on. I want to be a part of the party. I want to be a part of the family. I want to be a part of the experience that we're having. And part of me was feeling like a little rebellious because I wanted to have something different. And I wanted somebody to prepare it for me. And that was not what was going to happen. The places that we were hanging out, that we were going to, were some very upscale,
Nice fine dining places.
and some of the catering was.
Really nice, yeah.
So here I am with my 3-day-old wrap. But I ate some of their fruit. Their fruit was amazingly fresh. And when people announced switching over to, like, when we were at when we were at the big event, and there was a whole table, 3 tables in the back of desserts.
Yep.
And it wasn't a whole thing of cheesecake, it was a slice of cheesecake and these little, I don't even know what they were, the cannolis, but those little cups with the spoon and I don't know what that was.
I think that was like a creme brulee,
I mean,
penny cup.
it was just the whole thing.
They had petit fours and all kinds of.
And I didn't do any of that, but I did go over there and I did look. I looked and looked and looked and looked, and I thought about, what is that? It's not even real food. For me, I'm having this inner conversation. And what is it gonna do for me tomorrow? How am I gonna feel? Why? I don't want that. What is it gonna do for me, for inflammation, for my cell, for all the things I've come so far? And maybe if I could pick one positive thing, if there is such a thing, for having something that you could feel, the neurological issues, the growth, the tumors, is that they're reminders. And when you don't feel anything because you feel so darn good, for me, I don't have that reminder anymore. So then I'm like, well, I feel so good, and why is everybody else? They look like they're feeling good. They're not feeling good. I mean, I can't speak for them. The appearance and some of the conversations that I had, people being on medication, overweight, and having problems with different things, made me say that. I don't know for sure, of course, and I hope everybody is feeling good. But you know what I did? I redirected my bottom over to the fresh fruit, and I got another platter of fresh fruit. And let me tell you, it was so very good. They had watermelon, they had cantaloupe, honeydew, grapes, strawberries. The pineapple was insane. It was all fresh. And I even said to one of my relatives, they had put this on, oh my gosh, where do you think they got this fruit? This fruit is so amazing, and here it is in January, and we're in Georgia. And the response was, well, they shipped it in. Okay, well, it was good. And so I was really proud of myself at that point for doing that, and I didn't have any problems the next day. You suffered through that night. I think that was the night of hell.
Yeah, I had I got some,
No sleep.
my body was very disappointed in my decisions and let me know for a full night.
It was really hard, yeah.
Right.
So, so it's imperfect, and what can I say? Let me see what else we have here. Oh, at the end, I said, for the last night, we went to the aquarium. They have a really amazing aquarium if you haven't been there. It's like the largest one in the United States, is that right?
Yes, and it's one of 2 aquariums in the world that have a whale shark, which is
Yeah, the other one is in Okinawa.
40 feet long.
Yes, and what I loved about going to this aquarium is that we learned about all the stories about if they weren't born there, they're all rescue. So they wouldn't have survived, because I'd rather go and see it like in the wild and it's like natural habitat. And so when I heard that, some of the stories of the sea lions and what had happened, one of them, oh my gosh, he had fragments in his brain on the x-ray they showed had been shot in the head. A sea lion, what's wrong with people? But he survived, and he was there, but wouldn't have made it to be released. And so I felt like, I felt good about being there. I forgot where this was going. After we left this, I wanted sushi, not sushi. Oh, that was so weird. We went to the cafe. Todd wanted to get something at the cafe, and I wanted a place to sit down and eat. You guessed it, my wrap. I did, and I had some grapefruit with it. And anyways, I said, wouldn't it be terrible if they sold like fish,
At the aquarium?
At the aquarium, and they did. They had fish and chips. Isn't that bizarre? So,
It
just reminded me of, there is such a disconnect between what is okay. Here they are rescuing animals, and those animals, for whatever reason, are okay, like our pets, like dogs and cats and things like that. And then for some reason, there's a disconnect that for whatever reason, we don't see what goes behind it, but that it's okay to, anyways, I don't know. I don't want to go down this path, but it was just an interesting thing. And so I said, I really want some sushi, not fish sushi. I want some sushi, vegan, veggie. I really wanted rice. And so we reached out to my cousins, and there were cousins and aunts, and there were some people that we reached out to some cousins and said, do you know where we could go to get some veggie sushi tonight? And they said, oh yeah, and we ended up all seeing each other again, and you know, everybody ordered what they do their own thing, and they ordered what they wanted. I'm gonna tell you what I ordered. I was so happy with something new. I could go into this restaurant and I ate super good for me. So I got a cucumber salad. It was just cucumbers, and there was a little bit of rice wine vinegar and some red chili pepper on it. It was good. And then I had another salad, and I said no dressing. So I asked them, the salad had, like, I mean, it was this little tiny, I could have eaten 15 or 25 of them, but for what it was worth, it was a handful of lettuce, and it had, and I had my food with me, but I was like, I want to eat out, and then it had some radish, and I said, could you bring some scallions? And they did. And then I just took lemon, and that was my salad. And then I ordered a side of white rice, and I confirmed it was made just with water. And then I ordered 2 of these sushi veggie rolls. And it had avocado, cucumber, some kind of pickled, I think it was a pickled, do you know what it was? Pickled? It wasn't carrot, it was a pickled, something pickled in sushi.
I think it was carrot.
Carrot?
I think it was pickled carrots.
And nori and rice. And it was like, I was so happy. I had some ginger, and I did have a little bit of, oh, I have a question for everybody. I had a little bit of soy sauce that I had put a tiny bit in a bowl, and then I watered it down with the water that I was drinking, and then I used that a little bit on the rice with lemon. And I normally would say go to the low sodium, but the family at the table was saying that they had heard that that is not really true. I don't know. Does anyone know about this? The low sodium soy sauce has all kinds of other things in it. And that it's better to have the regular soy sauce, if you're gonna have it, and water it down. Well, when I'm at home, if we have anything like that, it's the coconut aminos or liquid aminos, and I water those down sometimes. Sometimes I don't. But usually I just like lemon and some sesame seeds or green scallions. But I'm curious to know, because I had never heard, I don't know. We don't even, well, you like soy sauce, but I don't do that because of sodium. I don't want the sodium and all of that. Anyways.
Marley asks, you mean at the restaurant, correct? And then also says that, I buy tamari.
Oh, yeah, yes. Marley, you buy tamari?
Yes.
Okay, and we do too. Todd enjoys tamari more than the coconut aminos because he doesn't like the coconut flavor so much. And so I'm gonna get a piece of garlic. Yes.
And then Apple a Day and Lisa both say that they heard the low sodium soy sauce is just watered down soy sauce, which means you're paying for water.
Okay, well, what we had heard was that, what did they say exactly? Do you remember what we were told that might be in there?
I don't.
Come over here and
they
say
weren't
it.
specific as to what actually might be in there in
But that it
place
was
of
something.
whatever's normally in there. Just that they supplement it with other chemicals that are probably not good.
Yeah. So, okay, so, it is what it is, and I just, I figure if I want a little tiny bit of that, and it's gonna bring me super joy, well, and not cause me to go down a rabbit hole of, like, disaster, I think it's okay. It wasn't anything that I had to worry about, because sometimes I can get like inflammation where I can't, close my hand, and it's just because my body's retaining stuff. And so, anyways, we wrote, yeah, go ahead.
So Marley says kind of like low sugar OJ and then icky face.
What is low sugar OJ?
I I don't know.
What is
OJ that claims to be lower in sugar?
But isn't orange? So is it not just fresh squeezed oranges? I'm not familiar with that. Yeah, tell me about that.
And Marley also says, I know some packets at restaurants have preservatives, which is probably absolutely
That's
true.
what we don't want. We don't want all that nonsense. We want stuff like this. This beautiful looking salad.
So Ka or CA asks, what are you guys cooking over there?
We are currently making a salad out of mostly leftover stuff that I brought from Arizona on the 30th of January because we're on our trip, and I'm adding some other things that we recently got at the store, or my daughter got for farmer's market, and then I'm going to add some beans to it. I think I'm going to do the northern beans, and then I want to get some rice. You want to grab the rice out of the freezer?
I would be delighted to do that.
We like to cook rice fresh, wash it, you know, if we're going to cook it. I have some potatoes, but I'm not going to do the potatoes. I think I'll do those tomorrow, and then we're also going to heat up a little bit more of this, and I'll probably put table tasty on this, and that's just the cruciferous and some zucchini. So, okay, so yeah, so this is one of 3 bags. I know they sell them at Trader Joe's. We got this at Sprouts.
We did.
In the freezer section, this is jasmine, organic jasmine rice. They had a brown rice, and they had one that was cilantro lime. But I figure if I'm going to put cilantro and lime in it, I'll just do it myself. So for traveling, I think this is great. So I'm going to just put it. It says this is all like this is what we're doing. You know, the plastic, I know. The rice, I mean, you could just go crazy, but I'm doing the best that I can. What are you showing me?
Nothing.
Okay, I thought you were showing me something. So this says. This is a self-venting bag. Place this side down for 3 minutes, and then it's ready. So for me, on the go, when I don't have my Instant Pot or whatever, and I just want something, this is going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in here for 3 minutes. I don't use a microwave all that often. Let's see, how do you do this? I don't even know how to do this. Cook time. Oh, okay, 3 minutes. And then start. Okay, so that's going. We pretty much have most of everything for the salad here. I'm gonna do some zucchini. And the sprouts. That's what I want to do. Zucchini, the sprouts, and some beans. And that's lunch. So, well, it could be an early dinner. So, anyways, what else?
So Ka says looks good and healthy. Yum. And Lisa says, it sounds to me like you've done an amazing job on this trip.
I appreciate that. Thank you. You know, we all try our best. It's hard sometimes. You know, I really think that I have it all together in terms of being ready for it. You know, we had all of the stuff we were bringing. We had options. The family knew. Everybody was very, just really supportive, and, you know, a couple questions. I had somebody ask me a question and say they couldn't do it. Somebody else had said, why can't you have X? It was a younger cousin, and that cousin's parent said she chooses not to. She can. And that's the truth. We can have whatever we want. We choose to have better quality of life, better health, and we know because, and when I say we, I mean me, I know because I've experienced better quality of life. It gave me my life back. Why would I not want to continue to do that?
So Ka asks, where are you guys at on this trip? And then Marley says, great job, guys. Lots of clapping and happy faces. I've learned it's not a perfect journey.
Yes, it's not a perfect journey. And that's why we thought it would be really important to get on here and share. And, you know, there were a couple times when I wanted to encourage Todd to do something different. And I can't. I got to focus on I got to focus on me. He's got to focus on him. When we're with other people, you just plant the seed by just doing what you're doing. It's nice to be able to bounce off of you guys and share and just show we're human. Yes, if I'm at home or I'm not going into a restaurant, it's way easier. But even at this stage of the game, you still have to work. For me, I still have to work at it. If I get in these certain moods or these certain places, and it's not like I'm missing out on something. When people say, "Oh, I could never do it because you're so strict." Even Todd, didn't you say that today? I don't eat as strict as you.
Yes, I said I don't eat with the same degree of restriction as you.
So restriction, and for whatever reason,
No,
you can come in the frame here. For whatever reason, I thought to myself, I don't feel restricted. There is so much out there. It's just when you're in a situation where you don't have everything available, like a grocery, like an organic, like a this, like a that, it can feel restrictive because what's at your fingertips isn't what you want, and then, but I was kind of like, I guess some people think of eating fresh fruits and vegetables and beans and lentils and potatoes and rice and corn and things like that as being restrictive. But that's what we were meant to eat. In my opinion, what's restrictive is being stuck in the pleasure trap and not being able to get out. And maybe you don't call it restrictive, but I don't know.
And so restrictive
Yeah.
was probably the wrong word to use, although I'm glad that I did because it kind of gave you an opportunity to speak about this lifestyle is not restrictive, actually. And that was actually a conversation that I remember having this week with someone that was at one of these events.
I'm adding oranges. I just want them to know. Yes?
Who asked, "What do you eat?"
What do you eat?
And I said, "I eat the same things that you eat. They're just made out of different things."
Yes, I remember hearing you say that.
My food I eat the same foods that you do from a taste, texture, and everything else. It's made of stuff I can pronounce.
That is so true. And so what was the response back from that? And while you do that, I'm going to pull out some of these and open the can of beans and heat a little bit of that, and we'll be ready to show the finished product. But tell me.
I mean, that was pretty much the end of that part of the conversation, to be honest. I don't think that I don't think there's a ubiquitous understanding of and you hear it all the time. I could never eat like that. I could never not have cheese, or I could never not eat meat, or I could never not eat whatever. And the truth of it is that you can. Physically, biologically, you absolutely can. But
Well, you're supposed to.
even psychologically, you replace it with things that taste similar or have the same texture, but are just made out of better ingredients, things that aren't weird, sciencey, I'm going to kill you down the road kind of stuff.
Yeah. I agree with you, and thank you for sharing that with people, because that's another thing that gets brought up a lot is like what do you eat, or why, or people just don't get it, and sometimes something has to happen before you get it. Now, something has happened to one of the family members that we were with that was really insane, but they still are okay to eat the way they want to eat. And you know what? That's why it's such a personal thing, and I support them in whatever they want. If there's a question or something we'd like to be able to share. Somebody asked me about desserts. So, do you not eat desserts? And I said, well, let me pull up my Instagram. No, I did actually. I said, yeah, I eat desserts. I eat nice cream. And they said, nice cream, what is that? And so I was explaining what nice cream is. And I can make, you know, cookies, raw cookies out of dates and oats. You know, I don't eat big bowls of oats, but a little here or there. Peanut butter powder. I mean, you can get, you know, avocado mousse, chocolate. I mean, yeah, we can. And then when I I explained what banana and ice cream was. And I said, and then you could even like take pears and bake them and put that hot baked pear with cinnamon or whatever you want on top of it and drizzle some California balsamic. I mean, what's not to like? And you can eat the whole darn thing, and you can eat it any time of day because it's just fruit. So it's amazing.
Marley says it's a little challenging for me with family get-togethers because I'm the only one who really eats Plant Strong. They normally eat whole foods, but with animal proteins.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. So there was someone else at the party. She was gluten-free. She was just gluten-free. And so, so there was, meat was acceptable in her diet, and I understand feeling that way, and that's why it's important to connect, I think, and thank you for sharing that, and you're doing terrific, I think. I just want to say really quickly what I added to the salad. I added 3 of the 5. I did the broccoli sprouts, the arugula sprouts, and this new favorite of mine, cinnamon basil. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna save the pea and the sunflower for next time. I know we have the rice there. I'm gonna open up this can of northern beans, rinse them, heat them up a little, throw them in the salad, and then we're almost ready. So I know we're approaching the hour mark, so I'll probably do another maybe 5 minutes or so if you want to hang out still, if you have any questions or anything, but what's going on there?
No, and I think to a point that you made.
You gotta come on camera.
I
People
think
want to see you. Don't you want to see him?
I think to a point that you made earlier.
Yes, I'm listening.
Going back to Marley's
Now we're
comment.
dancing.
Going back to Marley's comment about having a challenge at family gatherings. What you said earlier, you can only do what you can do for you, right? And
It's hard enough, isn't it hard enough to do it for yourself?
It really is, and to try and get other people to come along with you.
Well, that'll never work.
When they don't want to, or they're not willing to, or they don't understand it. I mean, and the other thing for me, where I am in my journey, right? I don't let perfect be the enemy of good, right? So,
I like that.
I know that I'm not going to be perfect all the time, but that's not going to stop me from being as good as I can be.
I like that. Yeah, babe, you're doing great.
Thank you.
Okay, so I got this. I'm not going to heat up the beans. I'm just going to go ahead and dump a bunch of them in here. It's not the whole can. Yes, I am attempting to eat this whole thing. If I don't eat it in one sitting, I will finish it in a little later. I'm going to now add some lemon, avocado, and we've got the rice ready to go. What else was I going to put on this? Maybe a couple apricots, just because we were talking about them. So let me cut that. Is there anything else? Oh, I know, we were going to heat up some of this. I'm going to heat up some of this. So I'm just going to use my fingers, just because we're all family and friends here. And so I will have just a small amount of the cooked with a big salad, the beans, and want to put this in the microwave for me?
Sure. How long?
Just like, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. I don't normally do a microwave, so I'm not even sure. Okay. And then I am going to go ahead and cut a little bit of this avocado. So is there anything that...
Rice here, right?
Yeah. Is there anything that anyone had any questions, any other things that you wanted to ask us about our travel experience so far? We'd love to hear from it. We love that you're checking in with us. And it's not, I want to be able to share with you that it's not always 100% perfect, emotionally or whatever, but we just keep trying. And that's all you can do. And another thing is that we're never in the same spot, right? We keep evolving. Even me, because there was one a time when I was eating oatmeal for breakfast, and it was plain oatmeal, and it was, you know, this special kind of oatmeal. Now I'm having smoothies or green, salads or whatever, and it's just different, and so that's an evolution. So the reason I'm saying that is because sometimes I feel like people get stuck in where they are, and for me, I just have to remind myself, I'm not where I was then, I'm where I am now. And what does that mean? And how can I make that work for me today? And so I am cutting up some apricots, and Todd, when you come back, would you check the chat and see if there's any other questions or anything?
Let's do that.
Okay. And I'm gonna get the salad. Woo!
Woo!
Look at this. Are you gonna share this with me? Because I said this was my salad. Todd.
Yes, I'll probably share some.
You are?
I might.
I might have to make another one.
No, you'll be okay.
Okay.
So Marilyn, let's see. Let me back it up here.
Oh my gosh. This. Any other questions?
Yeah, CA says everything. Where are you guys at? You're making it look pretty dang good, which it is.
Well, where are we at? Like location?
like geographically or spiritually, mentally, emotionally?
Yeah.
Geographically, let's start there.
Okay, we are in Houston, Texas, and
Currently.
We'll be here for a few more days before going back to Arizona, and we were in Atlanta, Georgia, and so yeah. Okay, and then what else? Where are we in our eating?
Sure.
No, you tell me.
It was very, non-specific. It was where are you at? So.
And okay, so with the food, I am whole food plant-based or plant exclusive, sos-free, gluten-free. That's salt, oil, flour, alcohol, sugar, and gluten-free. On this trip, there have been times when it's been challenging for me. Todd is going to tell where he is, and then I want to just say, for me, I'm planning to do an at-home water fast when I get home. I'm not suggesting anybody do what I do. You should do a medically supervised water fast if that's of interest to you, but I don't always follow up the rules, but I may end up doing it and sharing that with you guys because that'll be a good reset for me. So come and share where you are in that, and then I'm going to plate this, and then I think that's pretty much it unless we have more questions. You share, baby.
Yeah, well, I'm not as far along in my journey as you are doing. I know it's not a comparison. My goal each week is currently to do better than the week prior, which is eating things that don't have engineered, scientifically created lab things that I have to look up to figure out what that is and what it does. So that's, it's mostly whole foods, obviously, but I'm not as strict as sugars and salts. I try to stay away from oils, whenever possible.
But you do, here it is, I was looking for the Benson's table. You do have a concern with the salt, because didn't reducing and getting rid of most of that and the sugars help you get off your blood pressure medication, or are you?
Well, so, personally, that particular part of my journey, I was on blood pressure medication, which was keeping my blood pressure down to, I think it was 140 over 90 on medication. And so through this grand experiment,
is that what you're calling it? That's funny.
Of eating more fruits and vegetables and whole foods. In about 2 weeks' time, I was off my medication. My blood pressure now is, I think it's 110 over 60. No medication. But when I was on medication, I was eating fast food, probably 5-6 times a week.
Do you eat fast food anymore?
I do, occasionally. I will probably, maybe one meal a week. And it's just, I'm out and about or whatever. I'm trying to cut back. and I have a plan for how that looks.
Do you want to share your plan or no?
My plan is that, I'm just monitoring how many times I go out and making sure that I'm either have already eaten before that happens, or I have something with me, or I have a plan for how I'm going to eat so that I'm not tempted to stop while I'm running around town.
So having a plan is really a good place. Sometimes, even for myself, having a plan doesn't mean I'm executing it immediately.
Right.
I have to think about it and sort it. And so if you have a plan and you're not ready to execute it, but you're walking towards it, then you're doing great.
Well, and I think one of the other
Try
things,
this with me.
one of the other things that I have
And then we're gonna,
done is I've replaced, or not obviously not entirely yet, but fast food with the produce section of the grocery store. So if I'm out and I'm hungry, I'll just stop at the grocery store, pick up something, rather than going to a drive-thru.
there you go. So we are gonna taste this with you. You could just mix this all in here. It's warm and hot, but we are gonna, oh, that's the grand puppy, if you heard him. But we are gonna go in a second here, and then we're gonna go ahead to our grandbaby's swimming lesson, which we have not seen yet. So I'm gonna take a bite of the rice. Good. Want to try the rice? You want your own? So I was saying you could mix this in with the salad. You like it? And then here's the salad. I just put a squeeze of lemon on it, and we've got the apricots and the orange, and that's the sweetener. That's the dressing, and everything else you saw is all veggies. And we've got the beans for the protein. And iron and all that. Oh my god, this tastes so good. This is what I love. This is what I love, you guys. So, any last minute questions, Todd?
Nope. Everyone,
Okay.
Core Scorpio saying woof, woof, woof. Puppy wants some salad too. Marley says, bye guys, great live.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We hope that this was inspiring and helpful. And, don't forget, eat your greens and give plants a chance. We will see you next week, and we will be back at home by then. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
I gotta eat this.